Tennessee versus South Carolina this Saturday from Williams-Brice Stadium. Noon kickoff, 11 o'clock my time. It's the first early game of this year. So, hate week for South Carolina. I mean, it's not really too much of a hate week. I know there's a couple of South Carolina fans on here, but what do I mean when there's not much of a hate week? I mean, South Carolina's a joke. They're sitting 6-0. Perfect chance to go to the national title if they can beat some teams. And what do? After they beat Georgia, they lay up 2 goose eggs. That's what they do every year. I mean, we all know that they hung a SEC Eastern Division banner. I mean, who does that? I mean, their quarterback, the only good thing on their team is their running back. I mean, you look at the last couple of years, they're the last ranked team Tennessee's beaten. Back in 2009, I was there. It was the blackout game. We had 3 quick turnovers and jump up 21-0 on them and never look back. I mean, even last year it was only 14-3, South Carolina. I mean, not too worried about it. I look for us to run all over them. Probably won't have a big day passing. We've really been struggling there for whatever the reason is. But I'm gonna get to more on that and some Dooley talk later on. This is gonna be a 2-part video. But I mean, as far as this, I'm gonna give a score prediction, but I'll have another video later on. Later on in the week with that. But I mean, just got to get things turned around in South Carolina. Perfect team to do it. Just Vols will get the win this weekend. Come out of there with our first SEC win this year. And then it's a good little stretch of games to end out the year. But like I said, I'm going to have another part of this video talking about some other things. Go Vols! Second part of this video is just about some Dooley talk and just some stuff about the team. I mean, I know it's not going to make some people very happy, but this is just my thoughts, my opinion. I mean, I have been behind Dooley his entire time here. I want him to get the job done. He is our coach, and ultimately, until they fire him, I'm going to be behind him. I mean, I have my own thoughts and opinions on how things should run. I mean, at the end of the day, you're nowadays, the pay and the salary of coaches, the #1 thing fans want is wins. And if you're not winning, I mean, just look at Gene Chizik. I mean, it blows my mind. 20 months ago, they won the national title, and I mean, I don't know. Things are bad down there. I mean, I know Tennessee is right on we're just right there on turning things around. But I don't know. There's a lot of names that have been brought up as that coaches that would come in, and unless they get the home run guy, I mean, I'm not going to name any names. Everybody knows who he is. It's not going to be, unless we get him, it's not going to be, I just don't see how that's an upgrade. I mean, there's other coaches out there that names have been brought up, and I don't want any of them. I mean, I know the players, some of them have not panned out this year, and yes, it's coaching at the end of the day, but you have to have heart at the end of the day. I mean, our quarterback play has been lackluster. And I came out and said that we had the best quarterback in the SEC. And I looked like a fool. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, people they think they're too big. I mean, nobody is too big for the Power T. There's been how many players come through there? I mean, nobody's bigger than the Power T. So, I mean, these players that think they're too big for it and got these monster egos, I mean, just take that crap somewhere else. I mean, they don't want to listen. They don't respect coaches. I mean, even in my life, I might not like somebody, but I at least respect them. I mean, maybe that's me. I don't know. I mean, I have a certain respect for most everybody. And I would do what they say. But I mean, I guess some of these kids just don't have the respect. So I mean, I I can't say for Derek Dooley, but if I was the head coach, some of these kids would be packing. I don't care. Talent in the world doesn't matter. I mean, look at Alabama, their quarterback, A.J. McCarron. I mean, yes, he's a good quarterback, but he's not the best in the SEC. The quarterback's job is to get the ball in the playmaker's hands and not make mistakes. All you have to do is get the ball in the playmaker's hands, and you're going to look great. You don't have to try too hard. You just have to do the job. And I mean, it all goes back to the end of the day, wins. And as much as Derek Dooley has not got the wins, our quarterback has shown he is. I mean, I don't see how these players think they can get to the NFL when they haven't produced this year. I mean, if anything, their draft stock has plummeted. If you've shown you can't win big games. I mean, you look back to the Georgia game. There's been Georgia game and Mississippi State game. We had multiple opportunities to win that game, and it just didn't happen at the end of the game because of playmaking. I mean, yes, I thought our offensive coordinator should have been fired after the Kentucky game last year, but it is what it is. Kids have to execute. And, I mean, I know this probably makes some people mad, but I'm behind Derek Dooley. I want him to be the guy that gets our team back to greatness. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Whatever moves the university makes, I'll be behind it 100%. I mean, it's just my thoughts on it. Just go get South Carolina this weekend. Go Vols. Beat South Carolina.